Hello, everybody, and welcome to the messy junk room where we create whatever. Today is day 13 of Dephemerember, and the prompt today is magical creatures. And Ephy here, my crafting buddy for Dephemerember, is wanting a friend. So we're going to help him find a friend. We also have an envelope to open from the Advent calendar, and as is the case every day, Ephy may have a tip for us. Ephy has our day 13 envelope ready to be opened, art by Marlene. It is an Advent calendar for crafters, and inside each envelope is a new stencil. Dephemerember is your ephemera inspiration in December, put on by Barbara at 49 Dragonflies and Louisa Hansel. And they have provided us with a prompt list. And today is all about magical creatures. They also gave out freebies early this morning, like 12:30 a.m. this morning. I watched their videos and they gave out freebies, and they both did a great, amazing job on their magical creatures. And I'm going to try to do what Louisa did, if it will fit in this small little junk journal. So this was yesterday's, and if you've noticed, or maybe you haven't, but you might now that I mention it, there's a lot of blue. I don't even work with blue. But things are just turning out to be very, very blue. And I got thinking about that, going, why is this turning out to be blue? And I think it's because blue and white and silver represents winter, and my cover is a wintry theme. Ephy has been feeling very lonely here in the junk room when I go to work. I work all different hours with programming and out in the evenings doing junk journaling with students, and I'm gone a lot, and he's getting very lonely. It's December the 13th, and he's asked if he could have a friend join him in the junk room. Now, normally I would say, you know what, it's not a good idea to have anybody, in the house when the adults are gone. But I think I can trust Ephy. I asked Ephy what he's looking for in a friend, and he said someone that enjoys being a little mischievous, but not in a bad way. Someone who is crafty and likes hanging out. Someone who is kind and considerate and thoughtful. And I'm like, okay, let's see what we can do. Now, as I said, I want to try what Louisa did, and she made this as a freebie, so go check it out. But in order to see if it's going to work for my little junk journal, I have to cut this out and fold it, and that will tell me if it will fit or not, and if it does, how it will fit. So I'm going to cut this out, and I shall return. Ephy's tip of the day: when you have to replace a blade in your paper trimmer, there's a plastic on the new one. When you take that off, put it on the old one before throwing it out, so that no one will cut themselves on that blade. Good tip, Ephy. Our new mat that came for December the 1st is pretty messy. Here is the envelope. It feels like this is a little bit wider than this side. Oh. So we can add, can't cut a straight line and can't fold a straight line to the resume. Now let's get the journal out. So that's gonna stick out pretty far. I could turn it sideways, but I don't want to. The idea, you cut this piece out and magic happens. I wonder what I can do instead. Before I figure this out, we have 2 candidates to be Ephy's friend. Now, I am not an artist. I don't draw. I can hardly draw a straight line. I don't have time to figure out how to how to draw something. I went and I just Googled magical creatures. Time is of the essence. And this is, I haven't shown Ephy yet, but these are the 2 candidates. So Ephy, close your eyes. So this little fella, I love this little fella because it's all sparkly. And then this little fella, I thought, it's white. White and blue seems to be the common colors, and it might be a nice contrast. So who do you think Ephy should pick? Ephy, come on over here and look at 2 potential friends. Oh, he's looking them over. Okay. Which one, Ephy? What? Oh, for sure. I thought you'd go with the other one. Okay. So Ephy has chosen this white one. Sorry, maybe we can use you later. As you can see, Ephy is huge in comparison, so we have to resize Ephy. And one of the freebies from Louisa, she had this Ephy, and I'm just going to cut him out. This time I won't cut off his ears like I did in one of the other videos. Yeah, he was not impressed. I'm sorry, Ephy, that you've been lonely here in the junk room. My programs are wrapping up this week for the Christmas break. So not only do I junk journal at home on a regular basis, every day in Dephemerember, but I'm also junk journaling with youth. I have an elementary group, so grades 6, 7 and 8 girls. And I have a high school group, grade 9, 10, 11, and 12. And they keep me busy. These little furs, the fur is hard to cut. But a little bit of ink will help cover up some of the white that I might not have been able to cut. So the youth get 2 weeks off for the Christmas break. And even though programs are going to be done, there's still lots I have to do at work, including moving my office space from upstairs to downstairs. I have 2 junk rooms. I'm very blessed. I have one at home and I have one at work. And I'm moving my office to the junk room downstairs at work at our youth center. And that's going to be a huge task. But I get to paint it and rearrange supplies and all that good stuff. I think that's going to be about the same size. Now I'll cut this little guy out. Cut him out. Oh, look at the fur around him. I was really hoping Ephy would pick the other one because it was just an easy cut, but that's okay, Ephy. We'll cut your new friend. Gotta come up with a name, so maybe you can think about that, Ephy. A name for our magical creature. I'm wondering if this magical creature came from the wintry fairies side, where Periwinkle, Tinkerbell's twin sister, lives. So Big Ephy, we'll just move you over to the side, keep an eye on things. What I'd like to do, which I haven't done before, is I have this embossing powder, ebony black, and I'd like to do their eyes. Nope, come back, Ephy. Sorry, I didn't mean to toss you aside. I'm just going to use my Versa marker here. Ooh, that is so black. Whoa. Look how fine that is. I've never used any other color but the clear. Okay. Your turn, Ephy. This container is so small. I feel like I'm going to drop it. put the lid on this before it goes everywhere. I've never used this brand before. I'm going to watch the magic happen as I heat this up, but it's going to go silent on your end. Do not adjust your sound. That eye took a while to melt, but now their eyes. Oh, there's a sparkle in there. Let's ink around them. This is a brand new one, so it's really juicy. We'll use the Jumbo Java on Ephy, ever so lightly. Oops. It's hard to get into the crevices there, but just to get rid of some of that white. And do it ever so slightly over here. Now to see what I can do. This envelope I think will work. I'll have to put a strip here for it to be able to flip. Where's the template? That would be helpful. If we had a template, and I know we do, somewhere in this space, but I don't know where. But that's okay. You can always take this and just mark it where I need it to go. So I'm actually gonna punch the holes in this first. And even though I use that one, it always never lines up. Look how that, I can't live with that. Look at that. Try that again. It's probably because they're not lined up very well. It's a little better. Should be okay, I think. So this will go in here like this. I want to be able to pull out something. But I first have to decorate this envelope. I think I will seal this. Use some art glitter here. Time to fill my bottle up again. Oh, I shouldn't have done that because I need to cut out. I'm going to see out of the kit if there's anything I can use to decorate. I didn't find a library, But I did find this sheet, and Ephy loves his tea, his hot chocolate, anything hot to drink. So he's going to invite his new friend, here he is, for tea. And I thought one side could be the door, inviting him into tea, and then this one could be where he actually has some tea. So I'm going to trace around here so I have the right size. Trace around that one and trace around this one. That doesn't seem to be straight. Where's my lines? There we are. And then we also have to make a tag for inside. So we're going to put that on here. There's a tag in the kit that has all these teacups. And that will go on the back. Okay, so the holes are going to go that way. So I need to make a slit here so I can pull out. My tag has got to come this way. I'm going to go with this background on the tag. So I have to put it on some cardstock. Ephy's friend will cover him up. Glue this on, or maybe not glue it yet, but make a slit along here. Cover up some of that. Oh, I grabbed the chocolate. Cover up some of those imperfections. Oh no, that chocolate piece is falling apart. Not very straight, is it? This video is going to be late getting up. Good grief, I'm making that worse, aren't I? I'm gonna just kind of rough sketch this in like that. That chocolate ink, I think, is ready for the water. So before I throw out my inks, I put them in a jar of water and then use that to splatter. I can't talk and cut at the same time. I'm trying to cut straight. So then that should look like that. go back to Jumbo Java. That brown is falling apart. Now this project seems to be taking on a life of its own, which can sometimes happen. I'm just going to use my art glitter glue because it's handy, it's quick, and I love it. Don't have a lot of time with art glitter glue to maneuver things around. It's looking good. The next piece of this is I have to open up this end so we can work on the journal card because I need that next. Oops, come up a little bit more. Cover his hat. I'm trying to get, where's the stool? Okay, I want those little teacups in there. So I'm going to trace around this. I'm going to put him on some cardstock. And we'll just go in with some more glue where it lifted. Put the lid on. I have a feeling I have to cut this down. I'll open up the envelope. I just want a sliver. And then this has got to sit inside. I'm going to cut a little bit from the bottom and a little bit from the top. We'll see. Okay. And now I want this to come out to about there. So I'll leave it that size for now. Ink around it. I don't have foam strips. I do have a few of these foam squares. he should be on something heavier. I think that looks pretty decent. Now, you may be wondering why Ephy has sticks. Well, he's got to boil some water. So he has to stoke the stove. I guess I should have tested it first. Oops. Okay. Should work in theory. So if I set him there, like that, then when this gets pulled out, he sees his friend. No, he doesn't. So this should actually be I can move it. It's not going well. These things are sticky. Okay, that one came off a little bit better. Oops. Try this again. Okay, so if I put Ephy more on this side, see, it's such a short amount of space. No. Okay. I fixed that with something. Okay. Let's say I open it on the other side. See, my orientation is much different than Louisa's was. So if that goes there like that, it's on this side, and we put I'm not going to use a new one. And we put Ephy on this side. And we'll need a definite tab for that. And he's on this side. Oh, okay. Okay. So what I have to do, I think, is make this a smidgen longer. And I got more room on this side. I'm not an engineer. My brother is. Kind of wish he was lived closer so he could help me with this. But I got this. I got this. So this is going to have a tab so we can pull it out easier. Where's one of those? I don't want to use there. I don't want to use a new one yet. So that's there, and I put Ephy there. And this gets pulled out. Oh, it's not sticking. There's got to be a little bit more here. It's a little bit more. I just have to remember that the holes have to be on this side now. So it goes, this goes in there, sits in there. Ephy goes here. And we pull this out. And Ephy should come with it so that he can see his friend. The other part is you're going to see that white. So I want to blend it. My next Distress Ranger ink, I think, is walnut stain. I think I'd like to get a walnut stain. Okay, so we just cover that in like that. See, that's too light for me. Vintage photo. We'll add some I guess I can add a little chocolate. See, I'm peeling this off. This is the one falling apart, and I will put it in my water because there's still ink in it. Let's darken this up. A little better. Not bad. Maybe more on this end here. So I can take that off. Now, Louisa put a sentiment in that spot. You know what I'm going to do to make life easier? I'm going to open this up at the bottom because I'm going to sew around this. Have courage and be kind. Oh, that would have been a good one for friends. Nope. I shrunk these down from their original size. Nope. Nope. Keep going, it all works out. Nope, too long. Nope. Isn't she lovely? Maybe it's a she. Enjoy the journey. Maybe. Once upon a time. Oh, a new beginning. Oh. Let's see if that will work. A new beginning. And that's my second option. Yep. I think I can make this work. A new, just, if I put a piece of maybe some behind it. Oh, I didn't put the lid on. Ephy, you gotta remind me to do that. What a challenge this is. I just want to darken that up a little bit on the end. So it kind of blends a little bit more. And blend this a little bit more. Whew. Now, I need a tab for this. I have pieces of jeans left, so I'm thinking, what if we just used a piece? That's not, unless I do it this way. I'm just going to staple that in place. Okay, so this, let's make sure these are down so they don't interfere with our pulley system. This is going to sit in here. Okay, so we're going to say that sits perfectly in there. Let's make sure that goes here. And then we'll put that here. And another one there. And another one there. And so Ephy will be here, right? So this gets pulled out. It goes to here. Not as much space. Crumbs. I need this to go a little bit more. My dog just pushed his way into my room. Everybody else has gone to bed. And he's telling me that he wants to go to bed. But he doesn't put himself to bed. He waits for me. And then gets disgruntled when it doesn't happen. Goes here. Like that. Bring that down, because now I have these. Bring it down, bring it down. Okay, so then this comes over now a little bit more, and Ephy's there. Oh, that's gonna work. Okay, that's gonna work. But I need to strengthen this piece. So I'm gonna just glue a strip of cardstock here. Trim this. You'll have to come back for part 2. Find out how this friendship unfolds and if they go with tea or coffee and if this all comes together to work. Thanks so much, everybody. Bye-bye.